Central government, in fact, has just reacted to Twitter's recent statement here, and the government says that Twitter's statement is baseless. Central government says that this is an attempt to dictate terms to what is the world's largest democracy. And Twitter has refused to comply with these regulations. Remember, the deadline of which was just yesterday, 26th of May here, to the new IT rules. The government here also says that India has a glorious tradition of free speech. Free speech not prerogative only of a private entity here. A lot more that the central government has stated in that in response to Twitter. Our correspondent Ayushman getting us further inputs here on this. Ayushman, the face-off that continues between Twitter and the central government here. And the central government once again sending out a very angry response in this latest reaction.
Yes, in fact, Centre has rebuked Twitter in a strongly worded statement. The Centre has said that this is an attempt to dictate its term to the world's largest democracy, and Centre has, in fact, said that the Twitter refuses to comply with those regulations in the intermediary guidelines on the basis of which it is claiming to be a safe harbor protection from any criminal liability in India. And the only instance of cutting free speech on Twitter is Twitter itself and its opaque policies, and as a result of which people's accounts are suspended, tweets deleted arbitrarily without any recourse. So the government is also wishing for emphatically assuring the representatives of social media companies that they will remain safe in India. There is no threat, but the government has condemned the unfortunate statement used by Twitter and as totally baseless and false attempt to defame India and hide their own folly. So very, very strong statement coming there from Twitter's side.
Well, Ayushman, many thanks for getting us those inputs here. In fact, the Delhi police has now also released a statement. We're getting in breaking inputs on that front here as well. Let's get you those details. The Delhi police here says statements that have been here designed to impede a lawful inquiry. The Delhi police has reacted to a Twitter statement, the same statement that the government of India has reacted to as well. And the police says that Twitter's statement seeks dubious sympathy. The statement is designed to impede lawful inquiry. Twitter should share information with the police. There should not be any confusion on the logical course of this investigation here. And Twitter's recent conduct is diversionary. Twitter, remember, was asked to join the inquiry. This is pertaining to the alleged toolkit case here in the tweet that was sent out by the BJP leader, which was flagged off by Twitter as manipulated media. The Delhi police, which is conducting a preliminary inquiry here, with the police having already visited Twitter's offices on Monday. These were offices across Delhi and Gurgaon that were visited by the Delhi police for further investigating here on this. Well, we are continuously saying very strong statements here being made now as a response to what Twitter has said. Remember, Twitter in its recent statement had indicated that these investigations, or as many have called raids by the Delhi police at the Twitter offices, were intimidatory tactics that were used by the Delhi police here. Remember, Twitter does have a self-formulated mechanism here to be flagging off tweets, that are flagged off as either fake news or either questionable statements or either manipulated media, which was in the case of this tweet that was sent out by the BJP leader. We have with us our correspondent Alok, who's getting us further details here on this. Alok, we've heard from the government of India, and now we're hearing along very similar lines from the Delhi police here as well. Reacting to Twitter's statement here, where the police says that they're not confirming to required investigations here on this, but instead they're using diversionary tactics now.
Yes, absolutely. In fact, this is an attempt by the Delhi police just to tell that their investigation is going on the right direction, and they are following all course of law, all legal things that they are doing. In fact, because Twitter has put out a statement today in the morning in fact, criticizing the Delhi police investigation. And in fact, they have pointed out how the Delhi police went to their offices in South Delhi and Gurugram, that these are two offices where Delhi police tried to, in fact, raid the offices. But Delhi police has come out with this statement. It's a too long statement, in fact, 3 pages statement. And in fact, I would just like to point out just 3-4 points, important points, which the Delhi police and tried to make into it. That first is that Delhi police is a law enforcement agency, and as the Twitter is a social media platform, they should cooperate with the law enforcement agency in the investigation. This is what the first point. The second point is that this complaint, because in the statement which was issued by the Twitter, it was said that the complaint was given and the FIR was registered by the central government, means the government of India. So the Delhi police says that it was not filed or FIR was given. FIR was lodged by the government of India. It was the complaint filed by the Congress leaders. So Delhi Police Special Cell, which is investigating the case, they are investigating this case on the complaint filed by the Congress leaders. And they have also said, the Delhi Police in their statement have also said that that the Twitter has used the manipulated media. It means the Twitter has some facts related to this case, and they are not divulging it. And they have also said, the Delhi police in their statement also said that the notice which was served to the manager of the Twitter, it was not served as an accused. It was served as one of the person who can come and tell and reveal what is the information related to this case. So the notice was not served as an accused. This is what they wanted to make the point. And also, very important point, because the Twitter has issued a statement in the morning. So Delhi police says that this statement, which was issued by Twitter, is dubious in nature, and it is an attempt to get the sympathy from the people so that they could not divulge the information related to this case. So that is what the Delhi police want to make the point. Delhi police elaborately said that Twitter is not cooperating in the investigation. They should come and cooperate with the Delhi police.
Right. Right. So, simple point, as you explained there, Alok, raised by the Delhi police. If Twitter is convinced that was manipulated media, what is the evidence to show on that which Twitter should share with the Delhi police? Well, Alok, many thanks for explaining that latest statement coming in by the Delhi police. Now, there are twin issues here to this. One, of course, is pertaining to investigations in this particular case, in which Twitter already says, raising concerns that this is just use of intimidation tactics, potential threat to the freedom of expression, the manner in which the Delhi police is treating this case. But the other issue, which also expands to other social media giants involved, that includes Facebook, that includes Facebook subsidiary WhatsApp, and of course it includes Twitter here as well, is with respect to the government of India's new IT rules that came into effect yesterday, 26th of May, but none of the social media giants have met with that deadline to comply with those new rules. Twitter has responded to that as well, saying that it will comply with the law in India. Collective responsibility here to safeguard public interest. The social media giant seeks more time, a minimum of at least 3 months for the compliance with these new rules. Well, we're getting in more voices here on this. In fact, let's get in a word here from Dr. Manish Kumar, cybersecurity expert, connected with us this evening. Dr. Kumar, many thanks for being with us here. In your view, this is, of course, not just pertaining to that single case investigation against Twitter, but also on the larger set of the new IT rules that each social media giant should comply with. They're giving in different excuses. Of course, they're raising concerns that this is once again attacking freedom of speech, but seeking more time for compliance. They already had a set of 3 months, and now this time Twitter today says that it needs another set of 3 more months here to comply with these new rules.
I'm audible now? Yeah.
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, so as the time was given for 3 months and they are seeking 3 more months or some more time. So I feel that, okay, time can be given, but they have to comply with the new rules what government has brought into effect. And since sometime we are also involved in cybercrime investigations, and I also do work for the forensic. So I know the problem in cyber investigations when such type of crime is initiated through WhatsApp, or what all these social media services, it's become like a social weapon. So if you don't regulate it, and if you don't have a proper mechanism to control it, it will become a very difficult to control the situations. And we have seen in past few years that how social media has created problems in your society. And for each and every investigations, you need to go to the other territory to find out the details, and they say their own rules and regulations.
Yes, reaching out to platforms that are based outside India. But Dr. Kumar, is this situation unique to India? We've of course seen other countries having major problems with social media giants that we are discussing, that we are naming today. This includes Australia, this includes what's happened in Germany, this includes what's happened in Brazil. How unique or not is India's situation today in this face-off that we're having with the social media giants?
I don't think that situation is unique. This is the problem in all other countries also, and somehow they are also handling the situations. So I think we have to wait and see that how these social media giants are going to accept this. But later sooner they have to accept, because you cannot leave it completely open. And see, the main problems comes here for end-to-end encryptions, and where you have to trace the origin of the messages from where it was initiated. And then, see, if I give a simple example, you are able to tap your own people on social activities. If going in your country, you are tapping their mobile phones or phone tappings. So you have many other things to take the measures to control your law and order. So how can you leave other channels which also can participate in such kind of unsocial activity? You have to have a control and measures. So how you will bring it, when you will bring it.
And that's in fact a clarification that has been issued by the IT minister here as well, that everyday users don't need to be concerned. This is going to be, of course, only for very special cases here pertaining to cases of crime involving child abuse, involving national security, threat to national security. Let's also get in a word here from the Central BJP. We have Mr. Sudesh Verma connected with us here as well. Sudesh, good evening. Thanks for being with us. How much are you in understanding of concerns that social media platforms are raising on the new IT rules, given that this will not affect the privacy of an everyday user, but their concerns being that the government would stand up with intimidation tactics, such as what Twitter is now quoting, that the Delhi police raids on its offices was an intimidation tactic. So that's their concern here.
You see, it's the same as the British came and they used to tell us that they are going to educate us because we can't run a democratic government. It's the same way they're trying to teach us privacy. We know what privacy is, and who is going to guard the privacy of individuals? Of course, the government. Government is the biggest guarantor of privacy. It's the coterminous with fundamental right, isn't it? And if there is a problem, then the courts are there to take care if the government does anything wrong. And WhatsApp or any other social media has no locus standi to question the stand of the government. And we are only trying to protect, say for example, a woman gets maligned using an image, or somebody tries to play with that. So what do? You want to know that who is the false player, who has started it. Because there will be thousands of people who may have forwarded it, but they may not be the culprit. The culprit would be the person who has started it. So is the case. Say, for example, a person sitting in Canada does something against India just to malign the country, just to create unrest here. So should the government not have the wherewithal to track that individual and at least make people know that this is not a genuine message? So
absolutely.
Who should oppose it?
No, Sudesh, absolutely valid point. The government should have access here to all details. But WhatsApp, we're talking about Twitter, there's also WhatsApp, there's Facebook. WhatsApp, in fact, has chosen to take the government to court here. WhatsApp says that its feature of end-to-end encryption entirely fails as a promise to its users if they start giving out all this information here of who sent what message, where it originated from, how many times forwarded, and to whom.
No, we have only